manager for AP furniture, including systems, storage, and table. Okay. Okay, so just give me a few minutes. I'm doing some recording check. Olivia, so as you recorded, I cannot click the recording, so it's just one person who can record. So please, it will be recorded on your side, okay? Okay, so everybody, so today we will take you through the HAT elements enhancement. So the first part will be the product training, so the enhancement related product details. The second part will be the build and design training. And we will have a third part, which is the PCOM model. So we will build some typicals from the PCOM. After each session, you will have the Q&A part where you can raise your questions. And of course, you can also park your questions in the conversation page. We will collect questions there as well. Okay, so let's start. Oh, by the way, just some sanity check. So please do keep yourself muted unless you want to raise a question. Okay, thanks for the cooperation. Let's start. Okay, so today we will bring you the HAT elements enhancements. The first part of the enhancement comes from the leg frame. We will bring you the rectangular leg and also the 120-degree leg. Okay. The rectangular leg is with a larger leg tube size, which is 60 times 90 millimeter. And due to this bigger scale, it will give you a better stability performance. So we all know that for the high adjustable table, the stability is always a question, and comparably, the back-to-back configuration performs better compared to the freestanding. And with this rectangular leg, we are able to have the freestanding pass DIN test. DIN test is the test for the stability under the Europe norm. Okay. So from the high adjustable range point of view, rectangular leg has a high adjustable range from 620 to 1250 millimeters. It is relatively smaller compared to our existing square and round leg, but it still answers the Australia and EU norms. The frame is made at the Pudong plant, which means that we are able to use the flexibility and also some integration of the components from the Pudong plant as well. It will be an efficiency improvement. Also, we ask the rectangular leg to share all the existing components with our existing HAT elements, which means the cable trunk, the screen, etc. So that when you order the product, it is just one more choice from the leg type point of view. To answer the commoditization of trend in the market, we have the rectangular leg. So actually we balanced the spec of the rectangular leg to get a more competitive pricing. So you will get percentage-wise 8 to 14% price reduction compared to the square leg based on different configurations. But of course, the spec of the rectangular leg will be lower. Then you will ask, what will we compromise if we go to the rectangular leg? So in the next two slides, we will tell you from the structural point of view and from the electronic components point of view, what will be the specification difference between the square, round, and rectangular leg. Okay, from the configuration point of view, square leg will have fixed hand crank and motorized offering, and also 120 degree as well. Round leg will have fixed motorized and 110 degree, while rectangular will only have motorized. Okay, then from the offering point of view, the square, round, and rectangular leg all have the freestanding single bench and back-to-back offering. From the leg tube point of view, the steel thickness of rectangular leg is 1.5 millimeter, which is thinner. But because the nature of the leg tube, which is a bigger scale, so there is not the impact on there is no impact on the stability, and actually rectangular leg, as previously communicated, passed the DIN test for the freestanding as well. From the height range point of view, square leg has the widest range from 585 to 1245. Round leg following the square leg has the 615 to 1260. Okay, now rectangular leg has the smallest range, which is only 620 to 1250, but as previously communicated, it answers the need from the Australia and Europe market. Sorry, I'll need to make a mute. Just wait me a minute. Okay, I'm back. So now we are touching the footplate and side bracket part. From the appearance of point of view, there will be some difference. Square and round leg is specially designed and tooled, so that's why you will find soft corners and lines and for a sophisticated appearance. While rectangular leg is will have the sharper corners and in a rigid appearance. Loading will be a big difference. Square and round leg will have 125 kg loading, which is the heaviest loader in the market. But for the rectangular leg, it is a static 100 kg and dynamic 80 kg. In your bidding, so normally it will appear as 100 kg loading. From trim color point of view, it is more or less the same. So it's always white plaster. So plaster also is EU white, and silver, black, blue jay, and terra. Just for the existing offering as square and round, we've got the jade white, but that will be discontinued when we will phase out the semi-gloss paint. Okay. Now let's move the electronic part. For the control unit, for square and round leg, we've got a 400 watt control unit. You know that we have a heavy loader. Heavy loader by nature will have so bigger wattage. And also the control unit has the gyro sensor, and which can help you to you are able to adjust the sensibility in 3 levels depending on different loading of your table. Okay, and it is a precise control of the anti-collision performance. For rectangular leg, the wattage is 315 watt, relatively smaller, but is adequate for product, and it is with Hall sensor. Hall sensor is the normal sensor, so basically you find it in all the HAD products. So it is some kind of electricity sensor within the leg. Okay, so which means you cannot have any adjustment on the sensibility on the anti-collision sensibility performance difference. But it is adequate enough as an entry-level kind of product. Speed-wise, they are all the same at 36 millimeter per second. And so for soft start, square round leg has, rectangular leg does not. Noise level is close performance, the square and round leg a bit better compared to the rectangular leg. For the control panel, square and round leg has control panel with Haworth logo, but rectangular does not. Because the control panel is too small, we are not able to include Haworth logo. Okay, and because we have the gyro sensor and the good anti-collision performance for square and round leg, we are able to have the one-touch function on the control panel, which means once you have a memory height For example, for number 1, so position 1, you've got a memory height. You just need to click on the button 1. Then you release, the table will automatically goes to your memory position. For the constant touch, you need to always keep press on the number on the button, then to move the table to the desired height. Okay, so this is the difference. We have the one function for the sensible sensor because it is more safer. So it is much safer compared to the Hall sensor. Okay. From the certification point of view, square and round leg has CB, CE, UL, SAA, PSE, and KC answering all the AP market needs. For the rectangular leg, it does not have CB. So for markets like, for example, Hong Kong or Singapore, there may be customers ask for a CB report, and then from this point of view, the rectangular leg will not able to answer. Now, if we put it into a summary on what applications should we use for different leg type options. So for the square leg, it is always that if somebody is looking for a wide stature range, because this is a really wide range, it is able to answer the stature height even below the 1600 millimeter. And for somebody who is looking for a heavy loading performance, who is looking for adjustable anti-collision and also one-touch control panel, and also for the person who requires the CB certificate and also need a quiet model. And for the round leg, it is more about the appearance. So because from the functional point of view, it is quite close to the square leg with a shorter stroke, so shorter high adjustable range, but with a better appearance, soft and sleek appearance. Okay, for the rectangular leg, it is more for the customer who has a specific requirement on the stability performance, especially for the freestanding part as we pass the game, and also who is willing to sacrifice or compromise some spec, but for a better price. Okay, so now let's move to the 120 degree. With the launch of the 120 degree, we are able to complete the statement of line for the HAT high adjustable table. This is our 3-leg solution. Okay, and with the 120 degree, we are able to offer a big and more organic top, which can satisfy the premium need of the working space. And we follow the modular design concept as our existing products to ensure that components can be commonly used as much as possible, and we can have the flexibility similar as the existing offering, for example, as the leg upgrade story, cable management upgrade story, etc. If you take a close look at the mid leg, okay, for the mid leg, you will find it is shortened. So actually we've got a shortened mid leg, which can give you a better experience for unbordered foot space. And similarly, it will be an unbordered chair leg space as well, right? From SOL point of view, we have the freestanding, single bench, and back-to-back bench. For the freestanding, you will get the square and round leg, fixed and motorized option, umbilical cord, and cable tray. For the single bench, similarly, square round leg, fixed, motorized, umbilical cord, cable tray, cable trunk, ganger, floor feed, frameless screen. So for 120 degree, we do not offer framed screen. Okay, because for this kind of application, the frame screen will have issue for the junction part. Okay. Now for the back-to-back bench, we also have the square round leg, fixed motorized, umbilical cord, cable tray, cable trunk, ganger, floor feed, jump cover, and frameless screen. The second part of the enhancement is the leg connector upgrade. Previously, what we've got is the leg connector in this picture. It gives us very good performance from the stability point of view, but it is more complicated because it has two components. It has a stiffener kind of leg connector and also has a cover on it, right? So this means complexity and also more time for the installation. And to secure the stability, you need to screw 4 screws on each side, which will also take quite some time for the installation as well. So that's why we said so we will need a more sophisticated leg connector. Okay, so we come out with 6 concepts you can see from the picture below and make extensive tests on it to understand what will be the performance. So finally, the result comes out the best performer is this one. But we still think it is not good enough because it has 3 screws. We just want 2 screws. That's why we combine the concept with this one, the close follower on the stability performance, and finally come out with this design. So we will have just 1 component as a leg connector and with only 2 screws on each side. And this will extremely improve the installation experience for the high adjustable table. In order to improve the leg connector user experience even better, so basically we give more options for the leg connector. We give an option for the leg connector with cable trunk, which means we will reserve screw holes for the cable trunk, but there will be no holes for the screen bracket. And if you choose a cable leg connector for the screen, and there will be no screw holes for the cable trunk and give you a very clean appearance, but just leave the installation hole for the screen part only. So this is to secure that our product is truly the best appearance in the market. So the third part of the enhancement is a very interesting one. So it is on the cable management part, and the product is the beam cover. We are always challenged and asked by you that why we do not have anything, so our below the top looks so ugly, so complicated, so busy. So that's why we come out with this PET material beam cover, which will giving you a clean and concealed visual experience for the on the top. Okay, then you can see from the picture below, this is the closed appearance and this is the open experience. So the material is with PET, which means it will give you a cozy touch and feeling, and also by nature of the PET material and as the position is actually wrapped around the motor, it will even give you some extra acoustic reduction performance. And thanks to the nature of the PET material, you will also be able to resize it together with a knife or with a scissor. Then you will ask why I need to resize it or cutting it. That's because, for example, if your HAT has suspended storage, so the suspended storage from the active components, then you need to resize the beam cover. So just to cover the exposure part, no need for the part that already been covered by the suspended storage, right? Okay, so the beam cover, when you ship the beam cover, actually it is a flat version. We have some laser cutting on the flatboard of the PET beam cover, so you can transfer that into a U shape by just simply fold it. So during the shipment, it is a flat. It will be more friendly to the logistic point of view. And also we have several cable out cuts on the side. so that you can have multiple choices on where you can let wire out. Finally, for the installation part, we have this plastic clip. You can screw this plastic clip below the top. Okay, then there are slots on the PET beam cover, and you can simply just clip on it. And to uninstall it, we also include a tag. So there will be one tag pre-installed on the beam cover, and then when you want to uninstall it, you simply pull it. Then you can uninstall it from the plastic clip. It will be a very simple one, especially for your story to the facility management. Okay, so for the facility management, if there is any issue with the HAT product, you can simply open and see on the structure, right? Make the change. And also, even for the cable management, you can simply open it and make the adjustment. It is all very simple and easy and toolless maintenance on site. So the next part will be the screen enhancement. The screen enhancement has two parts. The first part is for the tall screen. Our normal height of the screen is 1150 millimeter high, right? So, however, for our square leg, which has the biggest height adjustable range, you can raise up even to the 1245 millimeter, which means the screen cannot really cover it. So that's why we have the 1300 millimeter high screen. So it is a height from the floor, and it can cover all the heights for the square leg. And a very good story, it will also be a very good story for the current situation as a COVID-19, right? So this is for a complete privacy performance. This product we only have for the frameless only, but we have the tactile as an option. We have it both for the single side and double side application. And we have, so because it is really tall, so when applied with 120 degree, in order to secure the best alignment, we even include a screen aligner as well. The second part is the shift panel bracket. So we understand that there is a requirement to use HAT together with the shift panel. So, or you want to use the shift panel as the floored or grounded screen. And with these brackets, you are able to satisfy this as this kind of application. Okay, and it will be offered in a pair. Just you need to order the single side bench, so single side HAT bench with the leg connector. Then order separately the shift panel brackets, and also order from the shift, the panel. Then you can have the complete set. Just please keep in mind that we got the BIFMA test for the shift panel up to 1400 millimeter high. Okay, so which means that if you want to go even higher panel, you will need to go to a special for a consultant. Okay, we checked the historical sales performance and found that actually this kind of application does not really go for very high or very tall panel. So that's why we believe 1400 millimeter high is sufficient enough. Okay. So to really give our product the best appearance, we've added a set of decorative covers. The first one is for the single side screen, single side bench. So actually, we did get the question that, so if there is a customer who wants screen but does not want the cable trunk, okay, then you will have the exposure of the ugly screws for the screen bracket. And with this enhancement, we actually created a bracket for the single side screen. Then for this kind of application, you'll have a decent appearance. And the installation is very simple. It is with magnet installation, which is the same for the back-to-back screen bracket, right? So you can cover it and have the best appearance. Okay, so we also have a set of decorative covers for legs. So this is for the reconfiguration requirement. So there may be a customer who currently only want a freestanding table, and in the future who want to transfer this freestanding table into a bench application. Then this customer can order the freestanding table with welding bracket. But welding bracket is an unfinished component, so it has ugly appearance. So before the customer really going to a bench application by ordering that connector from the service parts, then so the customer will have a need to hide those welding brackets, and the decorative cover serves the purpose. So we will offer two kinds. The first kind is for non-round leg. This is for the square and rectangular leg. The other part is for the round leg. So there will also be customer who saying that, so I would like a single side bench, but without screen. Only trunk is good enough. Then for this kind of application, the customer can order the product as a single bench with cable trunk. So the leg connector with cable trunk. With this kind of application, the customer is able to get this configuration. But the question will be, the back of the leg connector is open. You will see those ugly screw holes. So that's why we included this decorative cover to get that hide it. It is also installed by magnets, so that customer is able to have a complete appearance for this kind of application. So finally, let's look at the competition landscape. So I made some changes with this landscape. So basically we added the Hayward's rectangular leg, and also we understand that Herman Miller has the Atlas launched, and also Steelcase is now focusing on the Steelcase Migration SE Pro. Okay, so that's why I made these changes. If we see from the offering, the first one is very straightforward, is that our Hayward's product is able to give you the best high adjustable range, and also which means that it can answer the most of the statue needs in the market. If you see the Herman Miller one and also the Steelcase one, it hardly answers the need for people who has a statue lower than 1700, which is not really user-friendly for the Asia-Pacific market, frankly speaking. And for our square leg, we are even able to answer the needs for the statue lower than the 1600 millimeter. Okay, and our motor is relatively with a relatively low, quite a motor, and our loading performance is the best, although same as Atlas and Migration SE Pro. Rectangular leg is a little bit smaller, but still to the market performance. Warranty point of Herman Miller and Steelcase is higher, 12-year, but we are very close as 10-year offering. If you look at the normal refurbishment rate in AP market, so 10-year is already a good enough performance. Okay, so then from the some extra points that for our Hayward's product is for the square and round leg, we have the adjustable anti-collision sensitivity, and also as a DIN test report for the square and round leg, the back-to-back passed the stability test as the DIN test. Okay, for rectangular leg, it's really about the stability as the freestanding passed the DIN test as well, and also with competitive pricing, but with the sacrifice of some specs. Okay, so this is all for the product introduction part. Any question? So let me check if there are any questions parked in the conversation. Oh, seems quite a lot. Let me go through them one by one. Okay. The first question is from Amit. Are you including this PET cover for existing square leg SOI as well? Of course, the PET beam cover is for everything, even including 120 degree. When you go to the bid and design training part, you will see that we even reserved a cutting line for 120 degree application as well. So beam cover is for all HAT Elements products. Okay, so for 120 degree, we can offer for 120 degree, we can offer 1150 height and 1300 height, so both screen parts. Of course, yes, it is not only for the tall screen. You can use the normal screen on that as well. Any plan for PET screen for HAT? So this is a topic not actually included in this training, but I am still able to share that. So we are working on projects, which is the localization of body space screen. So hopefully we can have this kind of offering in the market with competitive price. So we are working on that. Okay, the next question. What do you mean by special treatment for the connector for shift panel above 1400? Which means, so if you want to use, so as I previously shared in the photo, which means a single side bench together with a grounded panel, you have no extra connection for the panel part. It's just a single piece of the panel. Then we do not really pass the BIFMA test above 1400 millimeter high. Okay, so that's why we said you need to go to the special team for consultant. And they will share the possible solutions to you. Can the freestanding 120 degree desk mid-leg without feet? Client doesn't like it. Although the client doesn't like it, but you cannot miss it, because if you do not have it, there will be a stability issue. So we have extensive tests on different leg options. And we found stability will be a very big issue if you do not have the midfoot. So that's why we still keep the midfoot, but we have it chopped. You can see the foot is shortened. So to secure a better appearance, and also it will not bother your foot. Okay, the next question is L shape. So we have extensive analysis on the product offering. What we found is 120 degree is more popular in the market compared to the 90 degree offering. So that's why we focus on 120 degree only. And but you know that so from HAT point of view, it is a 2-leg solution or 3-leg solution, right? So that's why from the technical point of view, so we've already have the 120 degree as the 3-leg solution. So that's why if you really want a 90 degree solution, you can go and consult a special team. So there shall not be a big issue from this point of view. So if we can have the same, if I understand the question correctly, if we can have the same anti-collision performance on the rectangular as well, then which means you will have to upgrade the electronic components, and which means will be an increase on the cost and price. So that's why I say, so you need to compromise and sacrifice something to get a better price. So you will always need to give and get, right? So that's why. So if the customer truly wants that, of course we can consult if we can specially offer that, but the price will not be so attractive. So the extra component will charge you money, extra money. Okay, so JY will be discontinued, and is it only for HTML? No, so this is the one-in, one-out activity, and for the one-in, one-out activity, so all the semi-gloss color will be discontinued, and J-white is the one together with it. Just we will not have matte color for J-white. Okay,
Swapnil, I had asked for the question regarding the anti-collision. So can you make us understand what is the difference between the anti-collision in rectangular as well as the square leg, and what is the competition giving us? Can you just elaborate more about it?
Okay, so basically for the anti-collision, for the square and round leg, it has the gyro sensor. The gyro sensor is much more sensitive, which means if you pat on the table, it will stop. So when the table is moving, if you pat it, it will stop. But for the Hall sensor, it really need to crash on something, then it will stop. So basically, these are the difference. So it is one is more sensitive, the other is not so sensitive, but still good enough from the safety point of view.
And what is competition giving in our what is Steelcase giving and Herman Miller doing in their respective HATs?
If you compare to the Herman Miller's Atlas and Steelcase Migration SE Pro, it is with gyro sensor. So it is the same as our square and round leg. So, and also you know that from product pricing and positioning point of view, these products are similar level. Okay, so the rectangular leg is lower positioned level for a more entry kind of market.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I will go back to the question. Where is the previous one I missed? Can you please share image or video of DIN test? So this, then we will need to go back to trying to find something to better explain that. So Candrea cannot offer that. We will come back with that later. So does rectangular leg compatible with Bluetooth feature? No, rectangular leg does not have Bluetooth. If you want to have the possibility to use Bluetooth technology, it can only be on square and round leg. So new leg nectar size change from 30-50 steel tube to 60-60 steel tube. If we have repeat order, we need to order new HAT elements, no special. I do not really understand this question. But anyway, for the repeat order, then you just need to repeat. You need to repeat order the complete HAT, right? So then the complete HAT will have with the new leg nectar. Right, so if I do not really answer a question, then we can, offline have more communication. Any plan for HAT executive desk and meeting table? Okay, so this is also a question that is outside of this training, but I'm going to answer that. For the high adjustable executive and meeting table, what we understand that we make some extensive analysis in the market, how actually all the competitors or our suppliers performing from this kind of appearance. The result is no good. So the real application, the sales quantity for this kind of application is quite limited. So that's why, so especially for the conference table, there's no plan to have a high adjustable version. But for the executive desk, so you know that we are developing 2 new executive desks. So for these 2 new executive desks, we've included high adjustable application as well. Okay, so stay tuned. We will share more information later. Can we offer rectangular double bench without cable trunk? Is there any stability issue? So for the back-to-back application, you need to have either cable trunk or screen to secure the stability. Of course, you can have both, but you cannot have neither. So you cannot have none of them. So you must have either of them to secure the stability. So that's why in the standard ordering, we do not give you the option for leg connector without trunk, without spring, right? So you have to have one of them. Can rectangular leg be used with the existing controller with logo and memory? No. Okay, so basically these are two completely different suppliers. So that's why the components cannot be used on each other. Okay, so any more question? Otherwise, we'll move to the build and design part, which can answer more of your questions and also maybe raise more questions from your side. Oh, there is one. For 120-degree table with 1200 without top, can select depths 800 and 750. What is the mean? So we have a study on all the top selling, so the 120-degree top sales history. What we found out is that the majority, which means 95% sales, is on with the 1200 width and with the depth of 600 with 600 or 700 depth. So these are the majority sales. So that's why we include the complete typical with the top selection in the price book and also in the Pcon as well. And this is the majority sales. But we also see that there will still be a little bit requirement on the 750. That's why we include the leg frame. So basically you have the understructure for the top, but you need to order the top separately. Okay, and for this yeah, if you have a further question, you can come out to us and we will take you through in more details. Okay, yeah, so
last question, Lord. Can you hear me?
But your voice is breaking.
I'll put it on the chat.
So if possible, could you park your question in the conversation? Then I can answer because your voice is breaking. I cannot really hear clearly. Thank you. So let's wait a little bit to have the question pop up. There's another question. Any specific reason to offer 3 height range in actuative elements? This is really to have the answer of the different requirements. You can have different choices. You know that if you have a high, so very big high adjustable range, it will have impact on the stability as well. So that's why we offer different height range. Then this is also we're trying to balance all the performance. So from the stability point of view, from the high adjustable point of view, and from even the electronic point of view, and for the loading part, even for the noising point of view. So we try to balance and give you the most possible choice in the market. Up to now, I dare say that so Heroes now have the most colorful, so most sophisticated offering for high adjustable table in the market. Okay, the question comes: is it possible for us to use anti-collision mechanism of square leg in rectangular leg as a special? No. So if you want a gyro sensor, it is still possible if you, but you may need to check with special team because we never get this tested because it is not included in our standard offering, so we never get that tested. I have no idea on the performance. So it needs to be tested and understood the performance, and it will have an impact on the cost part as well. But still, technically, there is a possibility to be specially offered. But it is not the same mechanism as the square leg. As I previously said, these are offered by 2 completely different suppliers. The components cannot be used on each other. Okay. So any further question? Then let's move to the build and design part. Olivia, please.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, and this is Olivia, Product Marketing Associate for System Storage and Word for Asia Pacific. And today, I'll give the BD training on the topic of HAT elements enhancement, involving new rectangular leg frame, 120-degree solution, and other enhancements. And here is the content list for this training. There are leg frame, leg connector, directive cover, new components, and a finished part. And before we get started, let's check the structure and cover part firstly. For the structure part, we keep the same structure with existing HAT elements. As the cable management, including cable tree, cable trunk, jump cover, and floor feed. The fault type or fault block or fault plate, the accent plane for leg structure, and the control panel for motorized legs. And here is the cover part. The leg cover keeps the same as well, and the new added rectangular leg cover follows the existing color match of square leg cover. And as the rectangular leg do not have the trim color of jade white, we separate this part in the right format. And com cover color aligns with no TR0FM, and the wrong leg still has no leg cover. Let's move to the first part, linear table bench. For the linear tables, we add rectangular leg frame in this phase, as the code number is M3, representing motorized leg. The travel distance ranges from 620 mm to 1,250 mm, and it includes the worktop. The rectangular leg frame can be chosen in freestanding, single bench, or double bench, with 4 dimensions as square and round leg frame. And here is the order example for the freestanding. New options of control unit for rectangular leg and control panel with digit display for rectangular leg. These two options have been fixed with the motorized rectangular leg in PCOM. The weighting bracket has been redesigned, so I marked it in the red circle, and I'll show the detail later. And the rest options remain unchanged. For single bench, there is the change on leg connector, reserving screw holes on leg connectors for with trunk option, while no screw holes on leg connectors for non-trunk option. The rest remain unchanged. And this page is for the double bench, adding new control panel and control unit for rectangular legs as well. For leg connector part, reserving screw holes for trunk and screen options to make it available to add the screen and trunk. And that's all for the changes in the linear tables. And here let's move to the page of ordering tips. The fixed leg has round and square leg. Hand crack leg only has square leg. Motorized leg has 3 legs. Square leg is with 585 mm to 1,245 mm head range. Round leg is with 614 mm to 1,260 mm height range. And the rectangular leg is with 620 mm to 1,250 mm height range. Legs are automatically bound with corresponding leg connector types. Screen, cable management, accessories can be chosen in parts. For single side bench, you can choose different leg connector configurations, leg connector for non-trunk and a leg connector for trunk. There are reserved holes for cable trunk installation when choosing leg connector for trunk. And you are welcome to order screen in single side bench for best performance. And for double side bench, you can choose leg connector for screen, leg connector for trunk, or leg connector for screen and trunk to get diverse configurations. Reserved installation holes for different options make it available to add the screen or trunk. And you can order through freestanding with foot plate and welding bracket to create a single-side HAT. You can order through freestanding with foot block to upgrade your existing double-side bench to your flavor of fix, hand crack, and motorized leg. Freestanding with foot block must not be used alone. The heavy-duty floor feed is only available with ganger application. And the second part is 120-degree table bench. This is the new part for HAT elements. And let's check with the statement of line. 120-degree HAT satisfies the premium need of working place and provide more flexibility for the configuration of HAT elements family. It also has freestanding, single bench, and back-to-back bench. Freestanding is also with the expansion possibility into single-side bench. Single bench is used alone or ganged together with screen to transform into a single-side bench. Screen can be added for privacy and better acoustic performance. For back-to-back bench, 3 tables can be ganged together with floor feed to form a back-to-back bench. Screen can be added for privacy and better acoustic performance. And a 120-degree bench only has one width of 1,200 millimeters. For the depth of 600 millimeter and 700 millimeter, you can choose the table with or without worktop. For the depth of 750 millimeters and 800 millimeter, you can only choose the table without worktop. You need to get the worktop from AP Worktop to configure the whole table. And there are 3 leg types for 120-degree table: fixed leg, motorized leg for square leg, and motorized leg for round leg. Their corresponding code is F1, M1, and M2. The next page is the order example of freestanding. The same options as freestanding of linear tables. The control panel, a control unit, power type, power plug, foot plate, and foot block options for new welding bracket, umbilical cord, cutout, and cable tree options. And next is a single bench. The same options as single bench for linear table. Control unit, power type, power plug, control panel, foot plate, cable trunk, leg connector, umbilical cord, cutout, and cable tree options. The last, back-to-back bench. For 120-degree back-to-back bench, there is no double heavy-duty cable trunk option. It also has 3 options for leg connector. And there is the option of floor feed connecting 3 120-degree tables to configure a back-to-back table. Now let's move to the page of ordering tips. For 120-degree bench, fixed leg has round and square leg. Motorized leg has 2 legs. Square leg is with 585 mm to 1245 mm height range. Round leg is with 650 mm to 1260 mm height range. Legs are automatically bound with corresponding leg connector types. Screen cable management accessories can be chosen in parts. For single-side bench, you can choose different leg connector configurations. Leg connector for non-trunk and a leg connector for trunk. There are reserved holes for cable trunk installation when choosing leg connector for trunk. And you are welcome to order screen in single-side bench for best performance. For double-side bench, you can choose leg connector for screen, leg connector for trunk, or leg connector for screen and trunk to get diverse configurations. Reserved installation holes for different options make it available to add the screen and trunk. Framed screen is not available for 120-degree bench. You can order through a freestanding with footplate and wedding bracket to create a single-side HAT. You can order through freestanding with foot block to upgrade your existing double-side bench to your flavor of fixed and motorized leg. The separate leg connector for 120 degree will be ordered in service parts later. Freestanding with foot block must not be used alone. And different wedding bracket quantity for different foot types. 3 wedding brackets for foot blade on both side legs and the mid leg, and 2 wedding brackets for foot block just on both side legs. And the next topic is the leg connector enhancement. As mentioned in previous page, we made separate options for leg connector to make it easier to add trunk and screen. In single bench, there are 2 options, one for trunk, one for non-trunk. And screw holes on the leg connector when choosing leg connector for trunk. No screw holes when choosing leg connector for non-trunk. And in double bench, there are 3 options, one for trunk, one for screen and trunk. Screw holes on the side of leg connector when choosing leg connector for trunk. And screen installation holes on the top of the leg connector when choosing leg connector for screen. Screw holes on the side and the screen installation hole on the top of the leg connector when choosing leg connector for screen and trunk. You can find corresponding images on the left. And for the decorative cover, there are 3 decorative covers added in this phase. The first one is the cover for leg. As the wedding bracket has been redesigned this time, corresponding decorative cover is changed as well. The previous cover is moved to service part. Now, what we offer are the cover for round leg and non-round leg. Decorative cover for non-round leg can be offered to both square leg and rectangular leg. The second one is the cover for leg connector. You can find the position for installation on left. The decorative cover for leg connector is offered by Pier. This decorative cover is used to hide the screw holes on the leg connectors when choosing the single bench without screen. The decorative cover can only be available for single bench of linear tables and 120-degree tables. And the third one is the cover for screen bracket. The cover is offered by Pier as well. This decorative cover is used to hide the screw holes on the screen brackets when choosing the single bench with screen without cable trunk. This cover can be only available for a single bench of linear tables and 120-degree tables. The next part is the new components. First one is a bin cover. We add bin cover in this enhancement. The bin cover can be offered to hide the bin structure and the cable on the worktop. For 120-degree bench, the bin covers need to be cut according to the guideline. The option of bin cover is added in assembled table as meta type in PCOM. A set of bin cover is consisted of bin cover, clips, and tags. One tag is pre-installed ex-factory. Extra tags are provided in case of need. Installation guide of tag can be found on the backing paper of tags. For the screen part, new tall screen added. The tall screen is 1,300 mm high from floor. Existing screens for HAT elements are 1,150 mm high from floor. And to coordinate the screen in 120-degree bench, we add the new component of screen aligner. A screen aligner is used to get the screen well aligned on 120-degree HAT. The screen aligner has two options, 2 channels and 3 channels. The screen aligner for 2 channels is offered for 120 degrees a single bench HAT. The single aligner for 3 channels is offered for 120 degree back-to-back bench. Now let's move to the next page of shift panel bracket. The shift panel bracket is offered by SET. The shift panel bracket offers a solution to connect shift panel with HAT for single-sided bench only. To make it easier to understand, we list the order example for linear bench with shift panel. To configure the bench, you need to order one single bench, one pair of panel bracket, and one shift panel. And which needs your attention is that a shift panel with a height under 1,400 mm, including 1,400 mm, can coordinate with HAT elements directly. And you need to consult special team for applying shift panels that are higher than 1,400 mm. And in this page, we list the order example of linear bench with shift panel in clusters. You need to order the two-way 180-degree junction from shift to connect both benches. The junction from shift is applied to ensure the gap between HAT single bench to avoid finger chopping risks. And the junction will be launched in August. Now let's move to the page of the order example for 120-degree bench with shift panel. To apply 120-degree junction with two-way or three-way from shift to connect single panel into 120-degree panel. Panel brackets are only needed on side legs. Mid leg does not require connection to the panel. And only a 56 panel is available with 120-degree junction in shift. In the page of control panel, we'll tell the difference between both control panels. There are different control panels and control units for a rectangular frame and square round frame. Operations on control panels are different as well. You need to follow corresponding sections in the user menu. So is the troubleshooting documents, and the documents have all been saved in the SharePoint. And the next part is the general information. Here is the page of power type for all region, and the certification for your reference. And please notice that H80 elements with a rectangular leg do not have the certification of CB. And next 3 pages are the finishing part. As usual, the LPL and HPL for worktops, and the fabric for screens, the trim color for metal parts. And the trim color in this page, which has been mentioned in previous version, remain unchanged. The trim color for leg and leg connector will remain semi-gloss painting, while the trim color of components will be changed into matte painting later. The discontinuation date of semi-gloss trim color need to follow the official finish communication shared by PLM. This page shows the trim color for square and round leg. In this phase, we add new semi-gloss trim color of smooth plaster and matching with matte EU white. The smooth plaster is used for leg and leg connector. Matte EU white is used for components. And the jet white will be discontinued together with semi-gloss finish, meaning there is no matte jet white. So there are totally 7 finish colors for square and round leg and leg connector. And this page shows the trim color for a rectangular leg. The finish color are the same as square and round leg, except that the rectangular leg do not have jet white color. So there are 6 finish colors for rectangular leg and leg connector. And here is a page of the visual and the summary for the trim color for your reference to make it easier to be understand. And I need to mention again, the discontinuation date of semi-gloss trim color need to follow the official finish communication shared by PLM. Okay, that's all for today's speedy training with enhancement. Next, I will show you 2 models with the configuration in PCOM. Now I move to the PCOM interface. The first model is a single bench for linear table with shift panel. Okay, I choose the single panel from the H80 elements. Here is the general interface for H80 elements. There are freestanding, single bench, double bench, and 120-degree H80. Now I will choose the single bench here. Okay, here is the single bench. At the top of the PCOM, you can find the meta type here with the width, depth, and the beam cover type. From here, you can choose the with beam cover or without beam cover. And you can find the features set below. The height the type. And now I will choose the rectangular motorized here. And the control panel has been changed into the control panel for rectangular leg. And you can choose the frame type with worktop or without worktop. The frame trim color, I will choose the new added smooth plaster. Accent plain color. As a worktop. And the power type, power plug type. And here I will choose the leg connector type. I will choose the leg connector for the cable trunk. Now the cable trunk has been installed here. You can choose umbilical cord with or without. And the cutout type. And the cable tree. Okay. Here is the pre-assembled table here. And now I will choose components. As I will order the shift panel with a single bench, I need to order the shift panel bracket firstly. So I will order the shift panel bracket in screen options. You can find the screen panel bracket at bottom. Here it is. And the bracket is ordered by peer. Okay, it has been installed here. And now I will choose the shift panel. You need to choose the shift panel in the shift options. You can choose dimension again. You need to choose the panel with the height lower than 1,400 millimeters. And now I will choose 1,000. Okay, I will select the right width. Okay, I need to adjust the position. Okay. Here is first model for a single bench with shift panel. Here is the position, the shift panel bracket installed. Okay, the next one, I will choose the 120-degree single bench as a sample. Choose from here. In 120-degree HAT, there are 3 types here: the freestanding, single bench, and back-to-back. We'll choose the single bench HAT. Can choose the height adjust type, fixed, square, or round. And the frame type with worktop or without worktop. And the frame trim color. The new added smooth plaster as well. An accent plain. The worktop type. And in this model, I will choose the leg connector without cable trunk. Okay, here the cable trunk type I will choose not available. Okay. Now I'll add order the touch screen with this 120-degree bench. We'll select the screen from here. As only frameless screens are available for 120-degree bench, I need to order the frameless screen here. For single bench. Okay. Got another one. Sorry. Okay. And to align with both touch screens, I will order the decorative the screen aligner for this table. And here it is. And there is a screw holes when choosing leg connector without cable trunk with a screen. So I will order the cover for screen to hide the ugly screw holes here. And choose from a screen as well. The decorative cover for screen bracket for single side. Okay. And the cover is offered by Pierre. Sorry. I need to adjust the angle. Okay. Okay, here is the right position. And the 120-degree single bench with touch screen has been finished here. The screen aligner. Okay, I will get back to the teams. And do you have any questions?
So basically, I answered most of the questions in the conversation. So any other questions? So Ashwin has a separate question. Does the rectangular leg have a press and hold movement as standard, or does the table move to the height when we press the stored button on its own? So this is basically what we call as a one touch and constant touch function for the control panel. So for the rectangular leg, you can only have the constant touch, which is press and hold movement. So you cannot just press it and it will automatically move. Okay, any other question? If there is no more question, then we will close this training session. And of course, if you still have any other question, you can contact me and Olivia separately, and we'll guide you through as well. So thank you for the join. Bye now.
Okay, thank you.